It is extremely selfish and unfair for you to expect your partner to be sexually or physically attracted to you if your physical appearance is completely different from when y'all first met. For example, when y'all first met, you was 140. Now you knocking on 220, you know? Like, let's just be real. Your partner was attracted to you by your physical appearance first. So we can't just ignore that. That's important. Regardless of if you even got a partner or not, you should love yourself enough to the point where you always want to look and feel your best. Come on now, get right.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Tynisha Renee here, and we are back with a solo video. I missed having these one-on-one chats with y'all. We are going to be discussing physical appearance and how much physical appearance matters in relationships. This may be an unpopular opinion, maybe it's not. I 1000% agree with everything that she said in the video. Now, I saw in the comments that she got some mixed feedback. People gave all these reasons about why physical appearance shouldn't matter. It's all about loving your partner. People have kids. As you get older, you gain weight. Yada, 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 yada. Now, even though this sentiment is directed at both men and women, a lot of what I'm saying today is probably going to be in reference to women because women are the ones who give the most pushback on this topic, okay? I don't mean for this to come across as insensitive, but I think that anything aside from depression, if you have any physical disabilities, any other health ailments that prevent you from being able to work out and take care of yourself, if you are just gaining weight and you have no action plan to lose weight or maintain your fitness as much as you can, it's an excuse. I'm sorry, it is what it is. I think that you should do everything that you can to try to maintain that dynamic that you had, that spark, that freshness, you know, trying your hardest to impress your partner to maintain the longevity of your relationship. Now, I understand that my perspective is that of a person who doesn't have any kids, right? So I don't know what it's like to have a child and then struggle with weight loss, but I know what it's like to get older and your body changes and losing weight does become harder. So I definitely understand that it is more difficult, but is difficult impossible? A lot of people will use bearing children as justification for why their body looks the way that it does. And we're not saying that your body's gonna revert all the way back to what it was before you had kids, but at the same time, maybe people out here with 3-year-olds still talk about baby weight. How long is that baby weight supposed to last? But just so that people don't only think I'm picking on women, this applies to men as well, because we have seen men let themselves go. You know, you start to get the dad bod, your stomach starts protruding as if you are about to give birth, and you're not. You just got a lot of beers in your belly. So anyway, the reality of the situation is that I think people tend to underestimate the importance of physical appearance in relationships. It shouldn't be the only thing that draws you to your partner, but it's an important thing. You know, you think about having kids, having to wake up to that person every day for the rest of your life. You want to be able to like what you see, right? To me, this is just logical, you know, so if we remove emotions out of the situation, because I think that a lot of the people who have an issue with people saying that appearance is important are people who know that they're not really putting in the effort to keep up with their appearance. So you got to remove those feelings for a second and let's just think logically, okay? We here. Men, let's say you met your girl at the gym, right? So she's looking at you, she sees that you might have a six-pack, you got all these muscles. That was the thing that first captured her eye. Then she got to know you and she fell in love with you. 5 years down the line, she's going to want you to maintain that appearance because that's what she fell in love with. If your man met you when you were slim and trim, you know, let's say you were a size 8, for example, and then all of a sudden you get into a relationship, you gain happy weight or relationship weight, as they say. Now you're like a size 16. Not saying that there's anything wrong with people who are a size 16, but that's not what you started out as. So going from a size 8 to a size 16, that's a drastic difference. When I talked about this on Instagram, I got a comment from someone who's a woman, and her standpoint was however she looks, that is totally up to her. It has nothing to do with her husband. This is her life. She can look the way that she wants to look, and he basically just has to kind of deal with it. I just don't agree with that, y'all. I feel like it's incredibly selfish to say that your partner has to deal with however you change in the relationship because they love you. It's selfish, but also it sounds like you're walking in a very, very gray area. You're leading your partner down a path of looking at other women. Now, when it comes to cheating, okay, I understand that if a person wants to cheat, they're gonna cheat regardless, but I don't think that that should be used out of context, okay? If a man has a wandering eye, he's gonna have a wandering eye regardless. But if a man has a wandering eye and then he looks at you, his wife, the woman who he's supposed to wake up to for the rest of his life, and he's not happy with how you look, that wandering eye is going to be magnified. Now, ladies, please do not get mad at me. With me being in this content creation space and just having conversations with both men and women, one thing that I'm noticing is that men can be very straightforward with telling us what it is that they want in a woman. And a lot of it is physical because, as we know, men are visual creatures. And we'll hear this and still do the opposite of what they're saying that they want. Women are expecting men to put in the same effort that they did to get them. I think that most women can agree that if a man was very thoughtful and considerate and romantic and charming in the dating phase, so he did all of those things to get her, and then once he gets comfortable, he turns around and says, you know, I don't feel like I have to do this anymore because I have you, you love me, and you should just take me for how I am. Most women would be like, hold on, wait a second, excuse me, I'm gonna need you to keep that same energy that it took to get me. It's the same dynamic with how men feel about our appearance. Another thing that women said is that you shouldn't focus on maintaining your appearance for the purposes of pleasing a man. To a certain extent, I do agree, right? I think that you have to want to look good for yourself as well. If you're always trying to look good for someone else and you don't see the value of doing that for yourself, then it is gonna be problematic, because if you break up with someone or whatever the case may be, you're not gonna have that motivation to keep yourself in shape. But at the same time, is it really a bad thing to want to do things to please your partner? I don't know, I just feel like as a woman, there's a sense of pride in how you carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? So even if I'm not looking for a man, if I'm really just focused on myself, I still want to make sure I look good. When I look good, I feel good, I interact with people better, and I just have a better day just knowing that I'm confident with myself. And I don't think that it's good for us to normalize letting yourself go or feeling like a man should have to accept you any kind of way just because he loves you. Not to mention, when you are in a relationship and you're not fully confident in your appearance, I think that that can have an impact on the trust that you have with your partner. Because if you're not happy with how you look and you go out into an area where there's a bunch of women who are super in shape, they look really good, a lot of women might feel insecure or get worried that their partner is going to look at them because they're possessing physical qualities that they don't have. A lot of this just kind of circles back to why women nowadays have this complex with doing anything to please a man. I don't think that your entire existence as a woman is to do things to please a man, but if you're in a relationship or you want to be in a relationship, being able to display that you can do things or you're willing to do things to keep your partner happy, that's an important quality to have. Aside from just looks, you know, I think that when you have the right partner, they should be pushing you to be the best version of yourself, and that can be emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So if you have a partner who is not pushing you to get on your shit, or you feel like a partner shouldn't be able to tell you when you need to step something up, maybe you got to reevaluate the way that you handle your relationships, because I don't think that's a healthy dynamic. I think that a lot of people have a fear of telling their partner that they're not happy with something physically, whether that be in the bedroom or what we're talking about with their physical appearance. As their partner, I personally believe that they should be able to tell you that. Of course, they can say it in a thoughtful way, you know, be tactful. Don't be rude and say, yo, you getting fat. But you can say things like, hey babe, I want us to start eating healthier. Let's start cooking meals like this. Or you can offer to go to the gym with them. Those things I think are totally okay. I don't think that that's something that should be offensive, but y'all can let me know what you think in the comments. But anyway, to summarize this video, your long-term partner should be motivating you to be the best version of yourself, and that includes maintaining your physical appearance, ladies and gentlemen. Oh Lord, I just know I'm gonna piss somebody off today. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.